Expo 2017 has officially ended in Kazakhstan. The results of big forums, further development of innovative projects, and post-Expo reuse of the infrastructure facilities, these and all others are in the program Astana EXPO 2017. 4 million people from 178 countries visited the Expo in Astana. Such results were drawn out by the organizers of the exhibition at the end of the large-scale exposition. The official closing ceremony was held at the highest level. The most complicated theatrical show and the most outstanding innovations were skillfully shown by 2,000 artists on the stage of the Congress Center, among which were volunteers and representatives of the participating countries. Organizers of grandiose show were trying to create unforgettable atmosphere. Of course, such an event contains a lot of information, figures and results. We faced the task not only to artistically show this, as it was in the opening ceremony, we had to portray the energy of the future and in general show energy from the moment of the universe to the present day. Here we had specific tasks to reflect the results of the exhibition, and we had to put them together in an artistic form. The whole ceremony is the boy's journey into the world of the future, which is set to come. According to the idea of the writers, the child, embodying all the younger generation, becomes a witness to the life of the people of the new city. There, the vacuum train, Hyperloop, with a speed of 1,300 kilometers per hour, carries people to different continents without layover. For example, a trip on a miraculous express from Astana to Almaty on such an express train would take only 45 minutes. This project, by the way, is already being developed by the Americans in the United Arab Emirates, according to the idea of Elon Musk. Back in the city of the future, people walking in the evening generate electricity. Each step of the pedestrian generates enough electricity for a street lamp to operate for 30 seconds. A fully eco-friendly technology for hydroponic energy production is also an integral part of the inhabitants of the innovative city. In terms of power, the rotational speed of the screws of underwater turbines, 9 km per hour, is equivalent to wind at a speed of 350 km per hour. Such installations have already been successfully applied in some countries. Another young traveler has witnessed the successful exploitation of the future generation of technologies for storing renewable energy through environmentally friendly zinc-bromine batteries, as well as improving the urban environment through vertical greenhouses. It is with their help the biggest problem of all megacities of the world could be eliminated. The audience of the unique performance learned about the results of past Expo in different years and epochs. The car, incandescent lamps, telecasting, X-rays, and not only under kaleidoscope of black and white frames swept over the surface of a floating cubic in space. During the official part of the holiday, the head of the state, Nursultan Nazarbayev, announced important results of the 90-day event. The successful hosting of Expo 2017 was the result of the synergy of Astana and all regions of the country. It had a positive multiplier effect and gave impulse to the further development of our country. More than 1,400 small and medium-sized businesses received orders for goods and services worth 640 billion tenge. Tens of thousands of people got jobs of worthy salary. A noticeable revival was received by the tourist sector of Kazakhstan. Demand for tour operator services increased almost twofold. Number of business entities in Astana increased by more than 10%. Tax revenues in the budget of the capital increased by 1.2. In addition to that, during summer period, Astana EXPO 2017 became the focus of attention of domestic and foreign media. Thanks not only to the scientific component of the exhibition, but also to diverse cultural program. More than 3,500 events, including concerts, film screenings, creative evenings, a unique performance by Cirque du Soleil, and other most unexpected formats. More than 33,000 artists took part in them. And yet, Expo 2017 is first of all the energy of the future. Energy of the future is one of the global and pressing themes of the day. The exhibition has become a symbolic bridge for advanced technology ideas in this sphere. Firstly, the Expo provided a unique opportunity to demonstrate the unique technological potential of our entire planet. 140 scientific inventions in the field of renewable sources were presented here. The exhibition has become a good incentive for the Kazakh scientific environment. Projects of domestic scientists presented at the expo attracted the attention of the world public. These projects were presented in the central facility of the expo town, Nur Alem. The sphere has become, by the way, the most popular place. To go inside, the guests of the exhibition were waiting in lines for several hours. As a result, 1,300,000 people got acquainted with the different types of energy that are presented in the building. The authenticity of this building lies not only in its perfect spherical shape, unique in its kind, but also in the expensive building materials. Thus, for the construction of the structure, 13,000 tons of metal and 2,800 unique and shaped glasses for its coating were used. Overall, 56,000 tons of metal and 500,000 tons of concrete were used to build all the facilities of the expo town. The organizers estimated that a single visitor needs about 96 hours to see the entire exhibition area, comprising 115 countries and 22 international organizations. Over the entire exhibition period, 53 leaders and heads of government became honorary guests of the exhibition. Volunteers took an active part in organizing the Parade of Innovations. 4,500 volunteers helped in arranging the event. Their work was highly appreciated in the video message during the closing ceremony of the General Commissioner of the IBE, Vicente Losertalis. The solemn event did not end at this. The soloists of Astana Opera and musicians performed with bright, colorful numbers. The logical completion of the 93-day exhibition period was the procedure of the transfer of the official flag to the president of the International Bureau of Exhibitions, Mr. Steen Christensen. After the grandiose stage show in the Congress Center, the action was moved to the central object of the exhibition, Nur Alem. A long column of volunteers, which connected the two buildings, gave energy to sphere and lit up the structure. Multimedia show was no less grandiose. The pigeon seemed to have embraced the whole planet in its broad embrace, which symbolizes participation in a large-scale event of approximately 180 countries of the world. After that, the screen showed the message "Thank you Astana EXPO 2017" in different languages. And of course, in the end, I want to note that there is an idea that we wanted to hold from the beginning to the end. In addition to the fact that there are energies and technologies, the main link in the chain is a human. The human moves everything on the planet. The culmination of the festival was a stunning fireworks display, as it was at the very beginning of the exhibition. It lasted for about 8 minutes, illuminating the metropolitan sky with thousands of colorful lights. Special atmosphere was given to the unexpected forms of salutes. The most important participants in the whole action, the visitors, had a pleasant time on the festive concert that night. Music bands such as Mozart, along with Alfia Karimova, Myra Mohammedkazı, academic folklore and ethnographic orchestra Oturar Sazı with Jamila Surkibayeva, Murat Bisingaliyev, artists of Astana Ballet, and many others performed on the stage of the amphitheater on the closing evening. The international exhibition in Astana, which raised the most burning topic of our time for the 3 summer months, has become a place of concentration of the best solutions in the field of energy efficiency, renewable energy, and sustainable development. However, a question that interests all, and not only Kazakhstanis: what heritage will the Astana EXPO leave? Completion of the exhibition will be the beginning of launch of several new large-scale projects on this base. First of all, it is the International Financial Center Astana. It should become a financial hub, the center of attraction of the international financial system. The created center between technologies and investments will contribute to global sustainable development of green technologies. And the International Technology Park of IT startups will become a platform for attracting IT entrepreneurs and investors around the world. Thus, the entire exhibition complex will continue to serve innovative ideas of sustainable development. I invite everyone to active cooperation in the work of the new centers. Participating countries in the period until December 15 will be engaged in the exporting of exhibits and dismantling of building structures. All international pavilions will be dismantled. A sphere Nuralem will work in the museum mode. Not only the exhibits of the exhibition itself, but also art installations of Kazakh and foreign artists are collected there. Expo 2017 is over, and the organizers disclosed behind-the-scenes work on the preparation for the project. On the territory of the exhibition, there was a conversation with the leading developer of the content of the sphere, the Museum of the Future. According to Raid Sabah, he worked on the project for about 2 years. The team, where architects, designers, and many other professionals worked, consisted of a general contractor company, as well as 3 subcontractors, but worked as one general mechanism.
So you can't realize such a project on your own. Of course, this is the most important thing, is collaboration, so that the collaborative work, that people work together, develop things together, execute these things together. It's not a one-man show.
During the presentation, Raid Sabah talked about how they came to the idea of a trajectory of movement in the sphere. An excursion of visitors to the museum starts from the 8th floor, where Astana appears to everyone's attention, and then the excursion is continued in the spirit of time travel. With each level down, the subject of the exhibition and the innovative technologies of the pavilion are unfolded deeper.
Another important aspect is how we translated scientific content into exhibits that are quite easy to understand for everybody.
According to the content manager, it was important that people do not get bored at the sight of complex installations, so the content part was diluted by 1/3 with interactive artifacts. The fact was taken into account that each visitor on the floor had to spend an average of 20 minutes. In total, the capacity of the museum is estimated at 20,000 visitors per hour.
The most important thing is, when we talk about technologies, is that people, younger generation or us, understand the potential of, for example, waves, wave power, or tides, or wind power. We are all invited to bring in our ideas and to change our habits. So the most important thing by showing these technologies, different technologies, is to give a comprehensive picture of the potential, and the potential is there.
And we needed the maximum accuracy in facts and appearance in order to fill the 7th level dedicated to space. The content manager and his colleagues requested information from NASA and thereby created high-quality multimedia. As Raid explained, all technologies presented in the sphere definitely deserve attention, but this does not guarantee their further successful distribution due to such factors as financing, practicality, and many others. Moreover, many of them are based on individual characteristics of the region.
There is a company from California that brought in the Transferrin solar cell. I think it's going to be on market like next year. I mean, just imagine you have a transparent solar cell. You can then generate electricity through your window. The science is really stepping forward, and they are quite promising solutions, and there's quite promising research, but we can't predict what will happen in the future. Nobody knows. But as far as I know, and as far as I have experienced in the last 2 years, it sounds and it looks very, very positive.
The implementation of ideas took 2 years. The key ideas that determined the whole scope of the sphere were the trend of increased energy demand, environmental problems, renewable energy, and the role of Kazakhstan in the global energy revolution. In general, the content manager compared the project to fill the sphere with a cinema. If there is a clear scenario, then the further work will be consistent and qualitative.